Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're ready for MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's Delaware taking on Michigan. Well, Singy, today we get to see one of the game's best power hitters. He's tied for the league lead in home runs.
Yeah, he's not just hitting dingers. He's crushing them, Boog. No paint scrapers for him. His bat has been a huge boost to this lineup. Question is, how will they pitch to him today?
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about to get underway. And on the hill, Noble Meyer.
Well, last year, kind of around the league average in terms of ERA. And you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out. And not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
Struck him out looking.
That's just a nasty pitch right there. I'm not surprised at all that he got the strikeout looking. You know, at the plate, looks like it's a fastball off the corner the entire way until just that very last second when that cutting action takes over and brings it back to clip the outside corner. You just got to tip your cap sometimes, but overall, that's just a nasty pitch.
1 out, base is empty. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The pitch. That misses the zone, and the count's full. Outside, and that is ball 4. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
So digging in, Wells. Swings here and blasts one left field. Gone! Straight into the visitors' bullpen. His second of the year, and they grab the lead. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
And next will be the cleanup hitter. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
Out to short. Throw to first in time. Take a look at the lineup. All right, Singy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
And now the DH. There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. And that'll do it. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. Back after this on the show. And we're back. And on the mound in this one, number 44.
Yeah, ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Now the third baseman, number 13. Maybe not an elite level switch hitter, but still a guy. Some contact and just success as a hitter from both sides of the plate. And there's a ball.
Well, he doesn't get too big with the swing. He knows how to hit behind runners, and those are guys that can just smell that RBI. So when you're talking about a consistent player like this that can give you good at-bats from each side of the plate, that's the guy that you're going to see many times coming up big.
Swing and a miss. And a count now even up.
2-2.
Got him looking for the K. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Yeah, the batter now, number 2. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Now the left fielder.
Left fielder, number 1.
And that misses. Ball 3.
3-1.
Man at first, one away. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here.
Now here is Richie McAdoo. Drilled out towards left center field, way back there, and it's gone. He muscles that one out the opposite way. 3rd home run of the season, and they tack on 3. It's 3-2.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
1 out, base is empty. Here's the center fielder. No question about this one. It's out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. It's 4-2. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Jones puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away. And let's take a look at the lineup. And this offense is really clicking right now, Chris.
That's a good feeling in that dugout over there. You feel like when you walk to the plate, you're going to get a knock, you're going to drive in a run, you're going to do something productive, even if it's just get a walk to keep the line moving. And that's a great feeling to have. They've got it bottled right now.
2 down, base is empty. And next is the designated hitter, JT Leach. That one to first, and that's a fair ball. Around first and hustling for second, and he's in with a stand-up double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So runner at second, 2 down. Javier Sanoja getting ready to hit. And it's strike 2.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 4-2. We head to the second in MLB The Show's Game of the Week. Back at Comerica Park. And here is Josh Bennett.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Next pitch is outside. That's in there. Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. What about some no-nos? Like, you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high school, right?
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue. You better learn his name, and that's just part of being a professional player and even a major league player.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
Now it's the switch-hitting outfielder. Next offering is down low.
He gave up a couple of runs in the first. His offense picked him up. It's time for him to settle in now and throw up some zeros on that scoreboard.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. That one down the line, and that's just foul. One down, base is empty. Ripped to short. Tosses across to first. 2 up, 2 down at the top of the second.
Batting 8th, right fielder, number 0.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder. And a swing and a miss, and that's that. Back here in Detroit, bottom half of inning number 2. And here's the catcher, number 46. He might just be the best hitting catcher in the game today.
Well, Boog, he's so valuable, does a good job behind the plate, but offensively, he's a middle-of-the-order type of bat, especially when you talk about catchers, and their number one job is to handle the pitching staff and prevent runs. This guy is able to add runs by producing them.
Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff at the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
outside. Full count now.
Full count.
On the ground right side. On to first.
He's out.
And quickly one away in the second.
Now batting, number 13.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the third baseman. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. That's down and in. Still in the second, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. Gets a piece and stays alive. And that one hammered. That's back there. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
2 down, bases empty. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball. Sends it to first. That ends the frame. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Fouls one off. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Here's the second baseman. 1 down, base is empty. Just missed. Now, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Smoked on the ground, a second. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, number 21.
2 outs, base is empty. Next to hit, David Graham. On the ground to third. Zips it to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Now pitching.
Bottom half of the third, and they bring in a new pitcher, number 49.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one almost got him.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Swings and misses, struck him out. And here's the first baseman. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Founds another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. New inning getting started, and now the first baseman, Wells. Right side, hard hit. And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Now it's the shortstop. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Liner, base hit.
And for him, that's 2 solid weeks with a hit in every game. I mean, he's run his hitting streak to 14, and let me tell you, that's no easy task. This guy's grinding out at bats. He's figuring out ways to put the ball in play and just as well do it with some authority.
Next is the DH, a switch hitter. Got him swinging. So up next, Josh Bennett. Ball to strike. Rudder takes off. Pitching for a strike. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. If you get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield can push a run across.
In the air, foul off first. He's got it, and that'll do it. Bottom of the inning, digging in is the switch inning outfielder, number 23. And that's through there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
Now it's the DH. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Javier Sanoja, the next to hit. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Jones makes the grab, and that ends the inning.
Now pitching.
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Max Kranick.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
And now the center fielder. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. The count 2-1.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Ripped on a line. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And now the right fielder. Man at second.
2-1.
Well, these players, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Digging in, Cameron Spence. That one missed. Movement in the bullpen. Jake Latz up and throwing. Krismat also throwing. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Ball outside. Throw to third. Save.
1 strike.
Jones stands at third with one gone in the inning. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. On the ground, right side. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
Good job right there. Puts the ball in play, and now they're only down by a run.
Now it's the second baseman. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone?
1 ball, 2
When
strikes.
you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that
2-2.
potential.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck left field. Way back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Wolverines have the advantage, 4-3. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shambi with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, number 46. Falling behind 2-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Louis Varland, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Romero also getting ready. There's a strike. Stays alive. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Spence makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now the third baseman. Breaking ball misses down and away. Fair ball.
Now batting, number 2.
Man at first, and the batter will be the shortstop. Check on the runner, and he's back in safely. Runner on the go. In the air, right field. Sizes this one up. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 1.
Here's the left fielder. Next one misses, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now move to first.
He's safe.
Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Fights it off. He'll see another. That one not close. 3-2 now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
To the right side. Slides, but it gets by him. Coming home. Throw cut off to second. Not in time. He's safe.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
So runner at second, 2 down. McAdoo now at the plate. Ball to strike. The pitch. And there's a ball.
And the strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
Swing and a ball popped up. He's there. He's got it. And that will end the inning. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 5-3. 6th inning coming up on MLB The Show's Game of the Week. And we're back. All set for the top of the sixth. Now the left fielder, number 21.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Action in the pen down there. Luis Zavala up and loosening in the pen. Enriquez warming up as well. Out to short. Fires to first on the run. And they get the out.
Now batting, number 19.
Wells will hit next. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Goes down looking. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
Got it. Nice grab. And that is that. Nothing across here this half to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Wolverines have the lead, 5-3. Back at Comerica Park, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the center fielder, number 7.
Ball.
Hard ground ball, base knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Checks over to first, back safely. And now number 23, strike 2.
1-2.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Runner at first with no outs here. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Leach turning some heads with this recent stretch of impressive play. 1-2 here. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Standing in is the power-hitting second baseman, Javier Sinoja.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Just missing there. Full count, 3-2. Gavin Hicks up next. And that one finds its way through. And now two aboard.
Now batting, catcher, Liam Hicks.
Here's the catcher. Two outs. On the ground. A sliding stop. What a play. Inning over. So they strand a pair. We're through 6 full. The Wolverines lead it 5-3. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Luis Zavala.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Leading things off,
And now the DH.
hitter, number 91.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
And now it's switch hitting third baseman Josh Bennett. The 1-1 is fouled off. Popped up to the left into foul ground. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 6.
Now it's the switch hitting outfielder. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Swing and a ball lifted left field. As this one sized up, and that is a foul ball.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game.
Makes a nice running catch. And that is that. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Sam Romero.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 13.
Just
that's the ball.
missed. And now 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. That one misses, and that's ball 3.
Full count.
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. He circles the bases. His first homer of the year. It's 6-3. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That pitch was intended to stay inside, but it leaked out over the middle of the plate. Hitter waited on it, and he connected just perfectly.
Now the number 2 hitter. High in the air, out to right. Should have this one. And there's one away.
Now batting, number 1.
Here's the left fielder.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Swing and a miss. Movement in the bullpen. Louis Varland getting ready to go. Swings through it for the K. Some high cheese for strike 3.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Richie McAdoo. He's done some damage, launched a homer at his first at bat back in the first.
Yeah, that was a tone setter, no doubt. I mean, you can stomach an early solo homer, but a 3-run shot just doesn't go down quite as smooth.
The next pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
Right through there for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Two down, nobody on. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. They take the force out, inning over. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now 6-3. This is MLB The Show's Game of the Week. The 8th inning is coming your way next. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ronnie Enriquez. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Now it's the right fielder. The Hornets in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Next pitch is downstairs. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Kenny Powers, the anchor of the staff, is getting ready to close this one out.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Now a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Nobody out, runner at first. That one out to right, under it. Makes the grab, one down. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Just missed.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Out to center, has a beat on it, and there's 2 down. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here, on your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning.
Now pitching.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Louis Varland. He's pitching on 2 days rest. And now the right fielder. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. And a 1-1. And misses inside.
He's like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
Up the middle, a dive, nice stop to his knee, the throw, safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, this is unfortunate because it looked like it was going to be an awesome play, something we see on the highlights tonight and tomorrow. But you have to applaud the effort on the stop, and if you don't take care of the throw, it goes from a wow moment to one you regret really quick.
Javier Sanoja getting ready to hit. Runner takes off. Pitches low. Throws. Save. One out and a runner at second here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. In the dirt. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit. Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Man on second, 2 down. Fastball for a strike. And it's 1-2. Smash to the left side. Over to first. Out. 3rd out.
Now pitching.
Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Kenny Powers.
And Boog, he's a guy that'll work in a knuckleball from time to time. It's not his primary pitch, but he mixes it in, and that makes getting timing down on him really challenging for hitters.
Wells digs in now.
Number 19.
Hit in the air, center field. Settles under this one. He makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down. Here's the shortstop at the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. And that's a strikeout looking. And they're down to their last out.
Man, that thing just barely got the zone, so you almost can't blame the guy for laying off. I mean, with the way knuckleballs dart all over the place, realistically, that could have just as easily missed by 4 or 5 inches. It's such a tough pitch to not overcommit to, so sometimes you just hold up and hope it dances out of the zone.
So it's their last chance in this one. Next is the designated hitter, Duke Higgins. One strike away. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon for the next Game of the Week.